This was late 2019, early 2020, and I was playing out in a lot of clubs, playing a lot of records, and then the lockdown happened, and everything dried up instantly. You know, I couldn't play out anywhere, and I was sitting there around all these records, and then the thought occurred, well, why don't I open up a record store? We call ourselves the Current Year Records and Tapes. We obviously have a lot of different types of tapes, cassette tapes, 8-tracks. We also have VHS. Our tape collection is pretty large. I've been told that it's probably the largest in northeast Ohio, about 1,200 tapes out of the main showroom at any time, and then an enormous amount that have yet to go out on the floor. We have a lot of feature walls. As a matter of fact, the quote-unquote wall, we try to get that throughout our entire store. It's sort of our signature look. We want to put important vinyl just right on people's faces. We want you to see the album art, because that's so important to what an album is and what vinyl is. It's a Clockwork Orange. Came out in '72, but it was supposed to be the future, and particularly the scene at the record store and the opening scene, we really like that stuff, so we wanted to make what we call the Ultra Music Room. And then we also designed the Luxuria Den to hold our Exotica, Luxuria, soft tempo, lounge, as well as jazz. So we tried to design that room to embody that feeling of tiki, but not the classic tiki of the 50s and early 60s that we remember, but more of an almost neo-futuristic tiki that could have occurred in the 70s. Analog media is interesting because it just sounds good, especially if you have a good system, but it's also tactile. Collecting records, there are definitely two different worlds. There are some people who don't even know that record stores exist now. They think that's been long obsoleted because of things like, streaming and digital music, but it's actually not the case. If anything, the new streaming and online world is only seeking to bolster the vinyl world. A lot of younger people, and I mean people who are very young teenagers, just getting into music now, just getting into high school. People who are serious about music or about culture in general, they're getting into VHS or vinyl or tape or any other old format